It's been a long time, but I'm back, nigga. Yeah.
I don't know who this is. This is one of the most talented playwrights
In the city.
So, one time, y'all give it up for the cast for More to Life, for real.
Yeah, man.
They did an incredible job. I'm sure everybody enjoyed the movie, as did I. And shout out one major time to the writer, director, producer, y'all, Mr. Joseph E. Banks, good friend of mine. Give it up for him.
Yeah, man. Y'all in the building? Thank you.
For putting together such an amazing piece of work and displaying it, not just on a small level, but on a huge level. Opry Mills Mall, number 10 theater, biggest theater, I believe. I think that's the opening, when you do a big budget movie, they put it in that theater, which is the first one. So that was not big, it was huge. And I'm incredibly happy for you and this amazing cast. Y'all did a great job. So we'll start, y'all. We'll dive right into it. Joseph, how long did it take you to put this film together?
Man, we honestly, we started filming February 24th, 2017. So, yeah, I wrote it. It took me about 6 months to write it. We had auditions, and then we did what, maybe one table read, two table reads. Yeah, we hit the ground running.
Okay, amazing. That shows how long it takes to do a film. And even though I was in it for the small part, we were on set that day shooting that scene at least 5-6 hours or so. So it goes to show how much dedication that this cast put in. Which brings me to the star. Y'all give it up one time for Mr. Tate Epps. Amazing job. And this leading lady, the beautiful Miss Peaches Huey. Y'all give it up. How was it building the chemistry of you two playing an on-screen couple and doing such a good job here? We saw the ups and downs, the highs and lows of y'all's relationship. How was that?
It wasn't difficult at all, like, cause we was actually the first two people at auditions, so we actually got to interact with each other there, and then it just, when we found out that we got casted, like, we immediately, you know what I'm saying, went into getting to know each other, you know, outside of the film, you know, personally, like, just talking, like, just building that friendship, and the chemistry just came from there.
And for me, he was really, really easy to get along with. He was easy to work with. I mean, Tay is really funny on set. Just real, you know, he got a vibe where you can just be chill. You know, you don't have to be all nervous and stuff. And then the way Joseph wrote the film, I mean, this was everyday life. We can all relate to it. So, you know, it was kind of easy to play this character.
How did it feel to talk back to Tate one good time?
Oh, it felt good as hell.
Did it? You looked like you were relieved when you did it. On screen, I said, I feel that. I was waiting for it.
It felt good.
I can take that.
All right, y'all give it up one time for Xerxes, who played the little brother. Y'all give it up for him. How did it feel playing? Because as I was watching it, I felt it was some deviousness to your character, but I wasn't for sure. And the way he would look at you in certain scenes, I really like that scene where they were playing a music video, and you walked out to go take the call. Tate looked at you, I could the frustration in your face, confusion in your face as you were taking the call. How did it worse when you saw the script? Because I know you told me you were supposed to play a different part, or you auditioned for a different part.
Yeah.
So when you were casted as that part, how did that feel playing the younger, playing a character such as that one? I guess that's the first place.
Well, I mean, first of all, I must have shaved my beard at least, like, during the course of shooting this film.
It was at the point where he would pull up with the clippers in the car. He'd be shaving in the car.
That's dedication right there.
Yeah, man, that scene, the way when I first read the script, I was like, man, that's a very, very dynamic scene. Which actually shows like the little brother actually taking over. You know what I'm saying? And kind of putting his bigger brother in his place. So, like I said, Tay is a great person to work with. and it's kind of like we kind of just fed off each other on that scene. And like you can see it was seen on screen. He was like had that upset, frustrated look, and when he brought it on the camera, then I was like, oh, let's do it. Then let's react and just try to be as normal as possible. So,
Amazing acting too, all the way across the whole board, and that was I was along for that ride because I'm like, okay, how's this gonna play out? So that had me attached to the screen. So y'all did an amazing job with that. Hey y'all, give it up for Jay Mace right quick. Now listen, his character was really, I was really intrigued with your character for the simple fact that when he went to go pick up what he was supposed to get from him, and he was on the phone playing the game and all that sort of stuff, you know, played it off. And you, because y'all two had, I was thinking, okay, he done called you and said, listen, don't sell him nothing, don't give him nothing, whatever you're trying to get from you. So, playing that, what was your mindset in going into that, playing a role where, because you was cool, you know, at the beginning. And then it looked like, okay, maybe not so much. So, how was that?
Really just kind of he kind of played in the, you know what I'm saying, the play. My role was just pretty much laid back. I just kind of went with the flow, you know what I mean? And I just went with the flow of the movie. And it was really hard not to pay attention to Tay at that time, because he always doing something. You know what I mean? So if you notice, like I didn't look at him not one time. He was in there with me, you know what I mean? So to try to get him the vibe, you know, I'm trying to let him catch the vibes where it's really like, I'm not messing with you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like I ain't
Cool
trying
right
to
now.
win. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even. I ain't trying to stir up until everything we got going on. But from this vibe, you should feel I ain't messing with you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But it was cool, man. It was. I fit in the place.
Okay. Yeah. Another good job too. Now y'all, this right here, I got to tell y'all a story. Y'all give it up one time for Keaton Payne, played the rapper. And they don't know, but I'm gonna tell them. At one point in life, in college, Keaton really wanted to be a rapper and came out with dropped mixtapes and was rapping and everything. And it felt good to see him play it out on the big screen because I knew it wasn't gonna happen for real. And playing that part, it came so natural and it looked so real, especially on the video shoot. How did that feel to actually go into it, playing that character? And you were called when you came in, you did it over somebody else's track.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, just playing a rapper was, you know, like Jay said, it was something I wanted to do back in the day, my young high school days. But I mean, playing that character was, I mean, it was fun. I mean, I kind of came in like mid filming. So like I think Tay called me Thursday.
I'm sorry. You can go back to what he's saying, but no, he did not. He came in when he says mid filming. Like actually, I had planned. His character was somebody totally different. It was the only person that was from Memphis in the whole film. And sorry about that, y'all. He was the only person that wasn't from Nashville in the film. And the guy let me know Thursday night that he couldn't come to film the whole weekend that was coming up. I called him panicking like, dude, I don't know what we're gonna do this weekend. And he was like, man, he's like, his name Black. He was like, I know a dark-skinned dude who can act, man. And he was like, he sent me a picture and I seen it, like, you know what I'm saying? KP was swagged up or whatever in the picture, and I was like, yeah, he gonna work. And the next day we shot 2 scenes. And he came and crushed both of them with like literally having the script for about 12 hours. So shout out to KP.
And that's you know, you take that in film, you get that good shot, which you know you had a lot of the music video look great, and you put it together, and you don't see the hard work that goes into it. You just see the seconds or the minutes that somebody's on screen, but the hard work that all of y'all put in. The hours.
It was cold on top of that rooftop.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It was cold that day.
We was out there at least about 4 or 5 hours.
They be cool for the first 2.
Yeah. Right.
Then they get to, hey man.
And we gotta act like it's not cold out there.
That's dedication.
That's different.
That's dedication. Let's not forget the lovely lady on the end. Y'all give it up for Miss Christian. The shoe and Peaches had in y'all's character, I felt like that was good natural female talk that y'all had. Have y'all known, did y'all know each other before this movie?
We actually have.
Oh, you did? Okay.
We dated siblings, but but you know, so it was easy to work with her because we have seen each other's faces before, so it wasn't hard to do.
Y'all made it seem natural, especially when y'all was on that track and you were dropping that you was pregnant or thought you might be pregnant. So, and you was, I guess, like a real girlfriend would be ready to ride, ready to fight.
All time.
The one that played your mama, is she here? Because she came with the pistol. And
Man, I don't.
when Tank kicked that door, I said, it's a wrap. I thought he was going to walk in the house. And I was going to be like, look, this too much.
Yeah,
She wasn't playing.
And I didn't write that dialogue. I told her what was going on in the scene, and she came. She's like, "Oh, I got this. Come on, let's do it." Yeah, she ran back.
He allowed her to
And
talk
she
to me
did
like
it. And then that's how he feel. He's like, "Man, you gonna let her talk to me?" I said, "Man, it look good on camera."
But every time I had a suggestion that day, I was like, well, maybe I should. He's like, no, it's not in the budget.
That's just a paper line.
Yeah, it's not in the budget. I'm like, hold on, she can have a gun though.
Hey, don't worry. I got t-shirts coming. It ain't in the budget, man.
Hey, listen, get that trademark. So, general question for anybody: how does it feel? Because y'all were in a legit on-screen movie in the big screen. How does this is the aftermath? You see the lights, the cameras, the people, the food, the liquor. How does it feel?
Man, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. Like I can't. It is very indescribable on my end, but it's a blessing nonetheless. I thank God for it all. And I thank every last single one of y'all. I appreciate, what I'm saying, like the bond that we done built, the time we spent with each other, and the masterpiece we ended up creating. Like I appreciate every last single one of y'all.
Thank you. I appreciate. I just piggyback off what he said, man. It took a long time. Y'all, each and every last one of y'all were extremely dedicated, man. Like from coming back and doing voiceovers to reshoots to whatever, like y'all stayed down and yeah, y'all real patient. Yeah, he was. I'm gonna let that ride. Don't worry about it, Westside. But nah, for real, man. They were though. He not lying. They were, cause man, it's a journey, dog. It's. I'm trying to give y'all some words that you ain't heard from another director or something, but it's you got to kind of do it to feel it. And it's like I told him, I remember halfway through this 3-year journey where it's like everybody had gone home, we had finished filming, and I remember my first time watching the movie through and just being like, damn, this ain't gonna work. Like, what have I done? You feel me? And it's like, I've been wasting all this time putting all this together, and it's like, it just ain't working. And they stayed down, man, from coming back, doing little voiceovers, and like I said, the reshoots and everything. So it took a lot of work to get to what y'all seen, man, straight up. I know I got room to grow, but like I'm proud of what we did, and I feel like everybody up here, if you want to continue doing this, we got something you can build on and keep building your career. You know what I'm saying? So.
I got a couple more questions. Before we do that, I want to bring the part because I caught a lot of hell just for arresting Tay, but no one brought up who snitched on Tay. So it's Sean in the building. I want to bring Sean up and ask him a couple questions about how it feels.
Make a big deal. Nigga telling somebody one time, just cut me completely the fuck out of it. All right, that's cool. I ain't gonna say nothing.
I want to ask one time, and I've known Sean. It's like the real mic. Yeah. I've known Sean for a very long time. It's a lot of positive things I can say about Sean, a lot of negative things I can say about
He taught me how to build babies.
This is true. And now you got 4 kids? 4. 5?
And I learned how to put together car seats for somebody with no kids.
I have to ask Sean this question that I never thought I would ask him. Ever. How does it feel to be a snitch?
Oh, wow.
Good question. Good question. I did a lot of research on this for this long role I had in the film. I watched Frank Lucas, a whole bunch of other snitches, you know, some of the greats, you know what I mean? And the ability to not look like a snitch but also be a snitch is like unheard of. And I feel like I pulled that shit off for the little bit of time that I did it. And I want everybody to know that I don't tell in real life. I really don't. My whole life I've never told on anybody for anything except for today.
Thanks. I can vouch for that, you know.
Yeah. But I wish I had told him more often though. This shit felt good than a motherfucker. It did. Appreciate it.
What's your question?
My question is for Joseph.
Joseph, questions for you?
Yeah. What would you say the most difficult part of shooting would be, and what was the most valuable thing that you learned that you can use for the next film?
Honestly, the most difficult thing about doing it the way I did it or we did it, when you work with a smaller budget, you working with shorter time period. So it's like some days we would show up to set expecting to shoot 10 to 12 days of script, which is in Hollywood they probably shoot 7 pages of script, right? So we shooting close to double that some days because we working with limited time. So shouts out to all of these guys again. Like they were all really good with learning dialogue and stuff like that, which allowed us to shoot a lot of scenes like that. But I think that was it, trying to shoot as much as we were trying to shoot in single days. I think that was kind of difficult. The thing I learned the most about it is in pre-production. Like, I like to get to set and find my way out once I'm there, but you lose a lot of time doing that. So going in with a game plan is key to making sure you hit your what we call making our day, as in everything that we scheduled to shoot that day, making sure we get it. So yeah, that's the biggest thing I learned, was being more prepared in pre-production.
How challenging was it to get everybody together on the same page? Like you got different casts, you got people doing their own job, their own lifestyle. You got folks, you know, they don't know if it's going to actually be a success, so they have some hesitation. So how challenging is it for you to get everybody together to actually make it happen?
Honestly, ain't no guarantee with it. And then especially when you, again, at this level, I'm not paying these people enough money to guarantee them showing up, right? So it has to be something that these people want to do. You feel me? So I felt like audition was key to skipping by a lot of the BS. Because I felt like if you're serious about this, you at least show up to audition. So I felt like that peeled a lot of people back, because anybody who's doing anything knows how easy it is for people to reach out on social media. So, you know, it's easy to DM somebody and say, hey, I want to be part of your project. But it's like, nah, next Saturday, set aside your whole day and wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, come out here and audition and show me you want to do this. So I feel like that was key, and I felt like they would take me only as serious as I took myself. So me showing up, showing them how much it meant to me, and taking everything serious, and I'm trying to approach it as professional as I could, allowed them to do that. And honestly, I don't know if you mind me telling that part, but I always tell the stuff. Peaches was the very first person that showed up to audition, and she showed up and she introduced herself to me, and she was kind of sweating, and I could see it. And honestly, that was the best thing going for me, because I was so nervous, and it was like I met somebody who it meant something to me. You feel me? And it was like I got my tribe in here. I got the right people coming through. You feel me? So I don't know. It's just something about seeing that she was taking it serious that allowed me to relax and feel like, you know what I'm saying? I got the right people in here. So.
I got a question for you real quick.
Yeah, man, so I just want to piggyback off what you said when you said that, you feel like you say you got your right crew right here, man. So like what criteria like did you use to select the cast that you did select?
Again, the story is it's a story I felt like I knew well, and it's characters I felt like I knew well. And with these collection of people, everybody, honestly, I felt could represent the person that I wanted them to. I didn't feel like it was a reach. And I felt like, again, being my first time doing this, taking on a lot of the responsibilities I would be doing because of the smaller budget, I felt like I needed people who it would be kind of natural for them to pull this off. And like, honestly, everybody in audition made me feel like very confident in what we was gonna do, like straight up.
So my next question, I wanted to know, where did More to Life come from? Like, what made you want to, what was your moment when you was like, you know what, I'm filming it? Like, what was that moment for you?
Man, there's a couple of things, honestly. I was graduating college, and I felt like there's nobody who's gonna know I exist. You know what I'm saying? It's like I wanted to be a filmmaker and a director, but it's like I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. Ain't nobody coming to find me around here. So it's like if I want to do this, I might as well do it myself. That was part of the motivation, but then also, like I said, I'm telling a story I know well. The character is based off of a real person. I changed some names and I kind of took about a 4 to 5 year time span and kind of tried to make it feel like 4 months. So it's not a true story, but it's based off of some real people. So I felt like I could tell it from a real place.
As you read the script, now I seen you snorting powder, you selling drugs, like you hitting on your woman. Like how did you feel about taking that role? Like what does that make you feel? And how could you bring something good out of that role? Cause I mean, you look like you was gone. I seen your mouth rocking a lot of times. Like I mean, hey.
That's a crackhead.
Well, hey, Judge Joe Brown, y'all. Judge Joe Brown.
Well, when I first read the entire script and learning all those things about that character, I immediately knew that I had some studying to do. I definitely had some studying to do because at the end of the day, you know, I know people like that, but a lot about that character is not of my nature at all. So, you know, I had to get out of my element. I had to get real uncomfortable to play this character, to really embody it. And I also had to, you know, I did some research with the actual person that it was based off of, you know what I'm saying? I learned a lot from him, and he gave me a lot of game too, as well as about his background. So it helped a lot for me to actually get into that mind frame because as soon as he said action, I immediately, within the snap of a finger, became that person. So I think a lot of studying and growing up, you know, in certain areas and just knowing people like that for real, like that helped me out a lot to embody that character, you know, because I had to distinguish, like, is this person good, bad, misunderstood? Like, I had to really, like, distinguish these things in order to, like, understand this person. So once I got to understand who this person really is, I made sure that I did everything I had to do to bring this character to life. Because if y'all didn't believe that I was that person, I didn't do my job. Point blank period.
Mr. Dolores had a question.
My question, the way you ended it, with him getting out and he more to life, it could be a part 2. You thinking about part 2?
That's a good question. I honestly, I've heard that a couple times. Hitman bodyguard. I've heard that a couple times. I don't know right now. I don't know. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I've heard that. I've heard that a couple times. So I am playing with that idea. I am. I have another project in mind that I'm trying to put together now. I'm trying to go right back in. I'm trying to go into production for my next film in June of this year. So hopefully by April next year we'll be doing it again. Can you all
cast? Y'all did an excellent job too, by the way. But for y'all being, you know, some of y'all new to just what y'all was doing, how much improv did y'all use, just like going off of the fly compared to what was actually in the script? And do any moments like stand out that you like, he just did that on the fly, she did that on the fly, you know, and it really wasn't in the script? Any moments that stood out for y'all, or how was that process as far as the actual script go to things that y'all just sort of kind of had to wing? Any moments stand out or anything?
Well, the fight scene between her,
because the certain scenes seem that way, and that's one of them.
Yeah, the fight scene between me and her, it was scripted.
Natural, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the fight scene between me and her, it was scripted, but we ad-libbed a lot with that scene as well to make it more realistic. Like, you know, like we basically fed off of each other's vibes. You know, like the energy I gave her, she gave it right back. And then when she just kept on just pushing the issue, like it was more so like I was really starting to get upset, but it made it so much better for that character at that moment, you know. So that was definitely improv.
And for me, I'm more of a by the book person. I say maybe 85% of it I was by the book, 15% I was improving. And the improving a lot of times it just came from me feeding off his energy and just helping the scene flow a little bit more. But I personally like how the script was written, so I kind of stuck to the script as much as I could.
Friend, she said like she was improv.
Improv.
I came up with having it.
Especially that one scene you talking about. That was definitely improv.
That was not on the script.
That was not in the script at all.
I don't know, like as a director, I like to allow them to. I like for them to make that character who they want them to be, right? So it's like I put the script together, and unless it's a key line, it's like I don't really ask them to say it the way I wrote it. It's like as long as they understand what's here in the material and what's supposed to happen, I want it to feel natural. More so, and sometimes, a lot of times, trying to read it the way it was written, if that ain't how you talk, it's gonna sound like you reading script. You feel me? So a lot of times I just let them, as long as they understand what's going on, I let them play with it till we get a good rhythm, and then, you know what I'm saying, we kind of build from there. But yeah, like, I mean, honestly, like Peter said, that's her thing. I know, like, she is super script. But then, you know what I'm saying, like somebody like Tay may want to improv or whatever. And I just try to, I feel like I'm working with professionals, so ain't no need for me to be on their back or whatever. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's a dance. It's like, you put your creativity in, I put mine in, and at the end we create something, you know what I'm saying?
So we know one of the scenes tonight that stole the show was the sex scene. You know what I'm saying? We know that. You know what I'm saying? We know that. The sex scene was a hell of a scene. So you know I'm coming to you, Sister Peaches. I don't know if you read it or did Joe tell you about the sex scene. When you first saw that or read that or however you heard about it, what was your initial thoughts and what did you do to get prepared for the sex scene? Yeah.
But the way I prepared, I actually brought someone along with me. That night of filming, to me, it made me a little more comfortable. But to be honest, Joseph really assured me that whole night that, you know, he's not going to push me to do anything that I was uncomfortable with. So to me, that was very, very important. And the same with Tay, you know, he respected me, you know, understanding that, okay, yeah, we're acting, but I'm still a woman at the end of the day, so we gotta have a little line here. So, to me, it was okay. It started off, I was really, really nervous, but as I stated, I brought someone along, and based off these two, you know, they really made me feel comfortable, so I was able to get through the scene quickly as possible.
No, you ain't got to answer that. Okay. What are you doing over there? What are you doing over there? Baby! It happened just like it did on screen. It was about one take, man. 30 For real. I want no smoke. Right.
Tay, did you have any input before I go on to the next question?
I ain't gonna lie to you, I was nervous as hell doing this thing. Like when I first read it, that was in the script, first thing went in my mind, I was like, oh, this ain't gonna be nothing. Even though I've never did nothing like that before, I thought it was gonna be a piece of cake. Until it was time to actually do the scene. Like I was very nervous because, like, number one, I didn't want to do anything to make her feel uncomfortable. And number two, that was my first time ever doing anything like that, so I didn't know exactly how it went initially. I didn't know how much, you know what I'm saying, you would have to keep on or take off. But, I mean...
It looks a lot better on camera, y'all.
Yeah,
I promise.
yeah, that's the best way to be described.
Movie magic. Movie magic, I promise y'all.
You had a couple people who want to know when the next auditions are.
Man, I follow me online at Director Joseph E. Banks, and everybody in here probably follow me already. Y'all wouldn't be here, but
you gotta go against me.
I hear you, Marissa. We got it, Marissa. Don't worry about it.
Sean been waiting patiently. Hold on. We got you. I'll come to you. I feel like you got a lot on your chest.
Star did it, wasn't me.
Sean, he's been waiting patiently.
Mine is a two-part question. One for Joseph and for the cast. Who was y'all, for first for Joe, who's your like director, like influences? And for the cast, the same question. Like, who's y'all?
And the crazy thing about it, man, like I'm not a film buff like that. Like I didn't grow up knowing I wanted to be a filmmaker. I thought I was gonna be a basketball player straight up. For real. So like, hold on, don't laugh too hard. I could ball. Don't get it.
That's a fact. He did cross me.
But
Sean, don't even do it.
It wasn't until I started thinking about being a filmmaker, and then I started thinking about like, all right, I don't even know their names, but I know I like this film and I like this film, and then I started realizing.
Just a little bit, please.
Hey y'all, hold it down just a little bit for me. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, like I was saying, yeah. So I started realizing I like certain movies, and then I realized it's the same directors making these movies. And then those directors are, I like Martin Scorsese, I like David Fincher, I like old Spike Lee, not new Spike, I like old Spike. I like, and then today who's killing it is Ryan Coogler, Ava DuVernay, Issa Rae is killing it. Who else? I'm just a fan of dope shit.
And for the cast, the same question. Like, who y'all look at as influences actors?
Samuel, that's my guy. That's one of the biggest influences, man. I'm definitely striving to be like him because he has the most, he has the most. Even though I love cussing. Don't get me wrong, but he has the most roles, cameos, you name it. Like far as like black actor, he's that guy. I look up to him a lot, and that's why I hope to be in my career. You know what I'm saying? The older I get, up to his age. So yeah, that's most definitely.
Anybody else?
Mine is Taraji P. Henson and Viola Davis. I love them both.
Well, you gotta do that.
Yes.
Yeah, she let that snot run. Yeah. Instead of saying smile at you, I'm like, ooh, watch your nose. I'm ready to grab a jacket on the street.
I'm a big Denzel guy.
Hey,
I just grew up with him, man, and I just love the fact that he's so versatile with all the different parts. I'm a Denzel guy.
I mean, he's still mine, but Denzel. But I like Martin too, though. Yeah. He funny, and I like the laugh. So
I just like being cute. I like people like Lisa Rice. As long as I'm cute, I'm alright. I had to reshoot a scene because I wasn't cute.
Lisa Ray just like being cute, but she can't. That's a whole favorite actor for you?
You know, I've been following your career for a little minute. I remember you were doing your music thing. You was real serious. Doing Foshay, you stayed there. You was opening up for big time rappers. I remember all that in Jackson. What made you stop and transform over to being a director in music? Because, music industry and Hollywood, two big differences.
You know what they are, but then I was able to find a similarity in it. I reached a space where I was getting married. I was having my second child, and I just didn't care to be the show no more. I didn't care to be the you know what I'm saying? I still had a love for music, which made me transition to shooting the music videos from doing the artistry or whatnot. And that led me into, when I went to school, I started playing with animations and doing that type of thing. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
So that whole soundtrack you put together?
All the soundtrack is...
That was all Nashville artists.
It's mostly Nashville artists. Sean Sconey, the dude who had the closing song and the Can't Fuck With You song that he did the video to. He's from Memphis, but everybody else, the Blessing song, the guy sounding like Anthony Hamilton, my man, he's from Covington. He's from West Tennessee.
Oh, that wasn't Anthony Hamilton?
Nah, that's my dude, why not? My man, why not? He was there tonight. He's not my man.
Marissa, it wasn't Anthony. I didn't know. It wasn't Anthony Hamilton.
But after him,
they sing with your song, right? During
Why
the
you
sex
doing
scene
that?
was your
Why
song,
you
right?
doing that? Why you
Okay.
doing that?
I ain't following you since you was gonna take.
Hey, cause I had to whisper that for a couple
Okay. It was banging. It was banging. It was perfect too. That was perfect song for that scene too.
That's a secret. That's a secret. But yeah, that song.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm done. I'm done.
Mac, my turn.
Yeah, come on with your question, buddy. Come on, Maximilian.
I and my symbols.
Now, director, you, Big Brother. I remember, I think it was the first day on set at the house. I got put off set and told I could not come back. And here I am today. Now, can you elaborate on why I got put out? Yeah, this is the last question. And look at him sweat. He was, you know what? Tell him, Tay, why I get put out?
I was very grateful.
It's your fault.
You and your lady were more than grateful, my sister, and letting us use your space. It always worked well when you weren't there. Right. It was the day you weren't there. As I was setting up in the back, I come out and Max has my whole cast taking tequila shots at 12:30, 1 o'clock during the day. So about 2-3 takes in, everybody start going to sleep on set. Cause he got them drinking and entertaining other things.
He had brown and clear.
Yeah.
With Sprite and a Coca-Cola.
What's next? What's next? Right now I'm working on the set of a TV show, produced and written by my man Mike Brooks. Where you at, Mike? Boom. Don't look around, no sir. There you go, I found him. It's this guy right here. This one right here.
Put a spotlight on you.
Man with the black, find him with the black shirt and the gold chain. That's Mike. But I'm working on a show. It's called Gone Viral. You guys be looking for that this spring, summer. I think that's super dope. And then I have my next feature, which I'm going into production in June. I still haven't nailed down a name yet, but this one is totally left field. I'm doing a romantic comedy, so this is totally left field.
All right. Y'all give it up one more time for the cast of More Than Life.